Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. This game features a team that has been playing some of the best football in the NFL to this point in the season as they built up their undefeated record. Let's see if they can survive another difficult challenge in this one. It's the Giants going up against the Panthers. So with kickoff approaching, let's send it over to our commentators here this afternoon, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Giants and the Carolina Panthers. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Here's the lineup and a big boy in the backfield, Tolbert.
It's real easy to look at him and immediately picture a bowling ball scattering pins. That's exactly what Mike Tolbert does.
Benjamin with it over the middle. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And we look now at the defense for the Giants.
Landon Collins is built like your typical tackle-first safety, but he does have the ability to play the deep part of the field.
On second down, here's Newton. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. So after the INT, it's Manning. Over the middle to Beckham. And a nifty little deep juke spin move. Not a great deal there on the back end, but a nice gain still.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talked about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
The New York Giants offensively, their starters, and one guy out wide to take a look at, Sterling Shepard.
A really mature man in every way coming out of Oklahoma. Personally and professionally, you can play him out wide, play him in the slot. He can return punts for you. He's a dynamic playmaker.
Back to the air on second down. It's Manning surveying the field. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Charles Johnson off the edge. A long day for any offensive tackle.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. The play clock's running down. snap comes at 1. Manning. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Charles Johnson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. That's taken on the 25. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Carolina getting set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And he slides to avoid the hit. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Gavin Escobar, his big tight end, was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 3.5 to go, 1st quarter. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are going to take a 1st quarter lead. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it. Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
On 2nd down, here's Manning. And he fires one incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. On play action, it's Manning finding time. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Off play action. Newton. He's going to air one out. He's got it at the 15. They give him a gain of 38.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a change-up in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the change-up, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Now they try the right side here. Oh, look at the juke. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Newton. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Gano's kick is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 2nd down and 4. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin. Manning to throw on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 1st down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. A strong running. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he slings one that's incomplete. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Manning now to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. On now is the big leg of Greg Zuerlein. He has hit from as far as 61 away in his career. They spot. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On now is the big leg of Greg Zuerlein. He has hit from as far as 61 away in his career. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
Handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him. A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Manning now on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and it's second down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now Manning throwing on second down. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing on first down is Manning. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Newton on first down. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They come out here in the eye. Manning to throw on second down. He's got time. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third down.
5 defensive backs. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Throwing is Manning on third down. He's got time in the pocket. And he finds a man. It's Fasano. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Manning to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll get 17 yards there. And it'll be a New York first. Manning now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Manning now on first down, surveying the field. Great protection. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Duke Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why?
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Another pistol look here. Now Manning throwing on second down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, Not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
12 yards on the pickup, and it's first down, New York. And quickly, they get to the line. Now a play fake here on first down. Deep drop. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On second down, here's Manning. Finding time. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver in the area, though.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
Now Manning. Hard throw, incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. They go play action here on first down. And caught left side, Olsen. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type. 1 receiver right, that's Brown. From the 50, Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. On second down, here's Newton. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And it's third and short. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Newton. He's got time. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Set,
and they'll run it here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Throwing is Newton. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends, because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He's got time in the pocket. That's Brown. Touchdown, Carolina. Corey Brown, his second touchdown on the season, and the Panthers add on to their lead. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. And to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And they're going to speed things up here.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double-A gap blitz, there's two guys coming through that gap. In this situation...
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now a carry here for Terrence West. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On 1st down, Manning. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Caught left side, it's Beckham. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Shreds the tackle. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And he's into the clear. And it looks like the Panthers hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing here, Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's 3rd down. So Carolina eating some clock on the ground there, and part of why they were the NFC champs last year, number 2 as a team in the running game.
They played their identity last year. Offensive line that can move people in the run game. Jonathan Stewart running it. Of course, big Cam Newton could be a short yardage guy. And remember, their head coach, Ron Rivera, a defensive guy. They love to run the football. I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
I have to admit, this statistic surprised me when I saw it. Carolina in 2015, a 15-1 team in the regular season, mind you, gave up 4 block kicks.
Tied for the most in the league with the Browns.
That almost feels like a team that was so much in control that they just had some letdowns or some breakdowns.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Panthers, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.